What is up, 242? If we haven't met before, my name is Will. This is Allie and Jamie. We are a few of the worship leaders around here, and we're just so glad that you've decided to join us this morning.
A hidden camera was found inside a bathroom at a Livingston County church.
I'm heartbroken. I am saddened and I am infuriated for 2 days trying to figure out the words to say to you. And the truth is, there's nothing I can say to you that's going to fix it today. I am sorry. As your lead pastor, I am sorry. I'm sorry that the trust that you put in us was betrayed. I pray that you hear me when I tell you this. Your feelings, they are valid, they are fair, and they are real.
What would you do if someone you trusted, someone who led you in worship, completely shattered the safety of your community? In a shocking turn of events, a respected worship pastor at a Michigan megachurch has been caught in an unthinkable betrayal. A hidden camera, a violated trust, and a congregation left absolutely heartbroken. Today, we're uncovering the story that has shaken an entire church to its core. How could this happen? And more importantly, what happens next? Stay tuned as we dive into the full story of deception and redemption at 242 Community Church.
It is with the heaviest of hearts that we must share with you some very disturbing news. On Friday, September 13th, church leadership was informed that a staff member here at 242 Community Church discovered a hidden video camera located inside a unisex bathroom in the backstage area of our Brighton campus.
Craig Ryan, the chairman of 242 Community Church's leadership advisory team, read a letter to the congregation just days after the discovery. His voice shook as he explained what happened. The man responsible for the hidden camera was none other than Will Johnson, the church's worship pastor, a man trusted by the congregation and respected by his peers.
Will Johnson, our former worship pastor director, confessed to church leadership that he placed the camera in that location, and he was immediately terminated. Church leadership quickly notified the Livingston County Sheriff's Office, who arrested Johnson Friday evening. At this time, we're not aware of the full scope of this crime, but we are fully cooperating with the ongoing investigation.
Will Johnson, who had led countless worship services and directed the music ministry, had placed the camera in the bathroom. This revelation sent shockwaves through the church. How could someone so trusted, so involved, betray the very people he was meant to guide and support? Upon discovering the camera, church leadership acted quickly. They confronted Will Johnson, who admitted that he had placed the camera. Without hesitation, Johnson was fired from his position, and the authorities were notified. He was arrested that same evening.
And care for all the victims of this crime. At this time, the Sheriff's Office doesn't have any indication that cameras were placed elsewhere in the facility. Church leadership thoroughly searched all of our facilities yesterday, again today, and tomorrow. Out of an abundance of caution, we will engage the services of a third-party professional service to help us continue to do those sweeps.
Will Johnson now faces several serious charges, including surveilling an unclothed person, destruction of evidence, and using a computer to commit a crime. His confession to both church leaders and investigators revealed that the camera had been placed intermittently over the past 2 years, targeting specific individuals known to use that bathroom. Immediately after Will Johnson's confession, the church leadership took every step to ensure the safety and privacy of their congregation. They thoroughly searched every inch of their facilities for additional cameras or recording devices. No other cameras were found, but in a show of accountability, the church leadership has hired a third-party service to conduct additional sweeps.
Start by just acknowledging that if this is the first time you've ever walked through the doors of 242, I am deeply sorry that this is your first experience with us. This is not what I would have hoped for you, for your first time, or for any time, for that matter. But at the same time, I am thankful that you're here.
For Pastor Tony Johnson, this betrayal cuts deep. He's not just the lead pastor, he's poured his heart into leading this church, passionately building a safe, loving, and welcoming space for everyone who walks through those doors. So, when Will Johnson's actions were discovered, it felt like a personal attack on everything the church stands for.
There's no easy way to navigate such a horrendous and difficult matter. I'm heartbroken. I am saddened and I am infuriated. I love this church. It is my job and the job of our staff to protect not just the church, but every individual that walks through these doors. This has been a violation of our trust. It's a violation of the call that God has upon us to help people take next steps with God. This is an assault upon the entire church. It's a betrayal of the trust that I put in him, and it's a betrayal of the trust that you put in us. Over the past 24 or 48 hours, myself, along with our staff, have shed more tears than we thought possible. We have prayed harder and more fervently than we ever have. Because you deserve better. Your families deserve better. Your community deserves better. I have seen firsthand how the Holy Spirit has been on the move at 242. How lives have changed and transformed. How things have happened that we have stood back and looked and said that this had nothing to do with staff. It was because of the presence of the Holy Spirit, because God is on the move at 242. And when God is on the move, the enemy attacks. We knew this. We were prepared for this. We just did not know the attack would be like this. I've racked my brain for 2 days trying to figure out the words to say to you. And the truth is, there's nothing I can say to you that's going to fix it today. I am sorry. As your lead pastor, I am sorry. I'm sorry that the trust that you put in us was betrayed. I'm sorry that the place that should be the safest place for you was violated. I'm sorry for any of you who have experienced hurt and abuse in the past, and this has made those feelings come to the surface again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the feelings that you're wrestling with was because of an evil action from someone in the leadership of the church. It's heartbreaking reality that the darkness of this world at times will infiltrate the place that is meant to be a beacon of light in our communities. And it makes us wonder how we respond. How do you respond to this kind of betrayal and violation? I think we begin by feeling what we feel. No doubt you are feeling shock and disbelief. Some of you are infuriated. Some of you are saddened. Some of you are in deep grief. Some of you have such a mixed bag of emotions right now, you don't even know how to label what you're feeling in this moment. I pray that you hear me when I tell you this. Your feelings, they are valid, they are fair, and they are real.
As we grapple with the impact of this betrayal, we have to recognize the incredible courage and integrity shown by the church's leadership. Pastor Tony Johnson and his team faced one of the most difficult situations imaginable, but instead of staying silent, they chose transparency. In a world where many would have tried to hide such a scandal to protect their reputation, the leadership at 242 Community Church took the brave step of addressing it head-on and reporting it to the authorities. Stick with me for a moment, because I want to leave you with a Bible verse that speaks directly to challenges like this, and the strength we can find in our faith. 1 Peter 5:8 says, "Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy the devil prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour." This verse is a powerful reminder that while we face unexpected and painful attacks, we are not alone. Even when it seems like the enemy is relentless, God is with us, offering strength and guidance. In this trying time, The church's leadership has shown remarkable bravery by confronting the situation head-on, ensuring that the truth was known and that justice was pursued. Let's honor their commitment to transparency and stand together as a community, trusting that God is working to bring healing and renewal.
I'm so sorry for what you've heard. We're broken poets with silly words. We paint agendas and call it truth. I'm sorry no one explained Jesus to you.
Just very quick, if this is your first time on the channel, welcome to Christ Community Tube, where we deliver Christian content from a biblical perspective. Please consider subscribing so you never miss an update, and make sure to click on the notification bell.